Every day I am getting one step closer to having another healthy baby, and Caraway Home is helping me do that. Their ceramic, naturally slick surface cookware allows you to cook with minimal butter. They're very easy to clean, just a little warm water, you wipe it down. And the best part is that Caraway products are made without any toxic materials like BFASs, BTFEs, and a bunch of other things like I can't even pronounce. So you don't have to worry about that. Right now, visit carawayhome.com/TSFS to take advantage of this limited time offer for 10% off your next purchase. This deal is exclusive to my Sarah Fraser Show listeners. So visit carawayhome.com/TSFS or use code TSFS at checkout. Caraway, non-toxic cookware made modern. It's time for you to see what all the fuss is about, read about their 5-star reviews, and why so many TSFS fans buy Caraway Home. Order now. I just had a fabulous listener email me, and she said, Sarah, does Nutrafol work for men too? You better believe it. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement for men and women, with over 1 million people seeing thicker, stronger, faster growing hair with less shedding. Hello, me included. Nutrafol changed my life post-baby and postpartum hair. Amazing. Also, a lot of women going through menopause say that Nutrafol works for them as well. And like I mentioned, it works for the fellas. Take the first step right now to visibly thicker, healthier hair for a limited time. Nutrafol is offering my TSFS listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and you enter the promo code TSFS. Find out why over 4,500 healthcare professionals and hair care stylists recommend Nutrafol for healthier hair. Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code TSFS. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code TSFS.
Hi there, this is legendary comedian and podcast pioneer Jimmy Pardo. I'm here to tell you about the award-winning podcast Never Not Funny. We are now celebrating our 18th anniversary. That's right, 18 years of podcast greatness. Never Not Funny was one of the first comedy podcasts, and I'm told it's still one of the best. With guests like John Hamm, Caitlin Olsen, Sarah Silverman, Maria Bamford, and Conan O'Brien, you get to listen in on some of the funniest people on the planet, tell stories, and make each other laugh. Subscribe to Never Not Funny now in Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Absolutely no games, David. No games. That's what he says to me, you guys, when he calls me and he wants something and he means business. He goes, no games. No games.
Well, guess what I mean today with no games? Come out, little one, wherever you are. You know, Michael Musto from The Village Voice, notoriously, for those of us that grew up at a certain point in New York City, he used to out celebrities. And he was on my show like 2 years ago, and he's like, I don't feel bad about that. I'm gonna out whoever I want.
Really?
So
wait, because Perez Hilton notoriously did that and then feels very guilty.
Michael Musto didn't really, and now mind you, he was outing Rosie. He's like, I'm outing Queen Latifah again here today on your podcast. Come out wherever you are, Queen Latifah. So he doesn't feel bad. You know, he like outed Jodie Foster back in the day before she was out. So I don't know. Everyone's going to come for me. Yeah, it's Michael Musto.
Famous Michael Musto. So what was his reasoning behind outing, not caring about outing public people, because they are public and that's the name of the game?
Now, of course, the woke mob is going to come for us here. So I better just figure out. I don't know. We have to go back and listen.
Yeah.
Right. When do they not? We as a gay man, how dare you? Shut the fuck up. I'm tired. We have to go back and listen to my chat with Michael Musto, but he had some, mind you, on my show, he was still outing Queen Latifah. He's like, I don't give a fuck. Queen Latifah, come out. Well, I'm just going to say Kyle Richards just fucking, rumor is, you saw this thing from last week. Rumor is her and Morgan have a deal. God knows, People, Us, and God knows what magazine. I assume People. God knows how much money.
Yeah.
And apparently they're on the verge of having a magazine cover and they're going to come out. Can I just tell you, I think
It's gonna be good. I can't wait. I
I
can't wait.
think that I think that Bravo. I think everyone's in on it. Like, just keep it quiet. Listen, if we could film an entire, like I have a whole new outlook on everything. If we could film an entire season of Salt Lake City Housewives. Oh yeah, we're gonna watch that video in a second. And no, it did not a production. Nobody leaked that Monica Garcia was a reality of on tease. I think, I mean, that's almost unbelievable how that didn't leak. I think almost anything is possible. I think when they picked cameras back up and we saw the scene, and I just think Andy, producers, I don't think I think enough people know for sure. And they're like, please just keep it quiet till after the reunion. And Kyle is going to have the reunion. And after the third part, I bet you it makes the cover. And this is her story next season. She's not doing it for a storyline. She's not. I mean, I think for anything that I said that this wasn't real, rumor is her and Morgan are going to come out with their relationship any day, which I think is going to be after the third part of the Beverly Hills reunion. Come out wherever you are. What do you think?
Yeah, I do too. This video that has just, stopped the internet, where Morgan has her hands around Kyle's low waist and kind of rubbing her like butt cheek, upper thigh. It's a very, yes, honey, we are scissoring. We are in love, darling. We are very much together. Great. I think they're a hot couple.
That video is no joke. That video is like her hand is around, it's not on her ass, but it's between the hip and the ass. And it's not even where the hand is. It's that the hand is like rubbing her up and down, like Mauricio would do to her. That's like a woman in
Yeah,
love with her side piece there, Kyle Richards, her
they're
MILF.
together. They're together. Do you think why do you think they've kept it a secret so long? Do you think that they didn't really they didn't really start dating until like we were into the season? Do you think it's real? Like they started out as friends, but then over the past couple of months, feelings developed. Do you think that's what we're going to hear?
Well, I think when they picked up cameras, because we saw how the season ended and we had that last 15 minutes the most uncomfortable scene with the daughters and Kyle and Mauricio. And then we had that other scene where she looks at the camera and she's implying Mauricio cheated. I think it was going on then. I just think they're like, it's not the story we're telling. We have to first basically end your marriage to Mauricio. We picked cameras back. I almost think they're two separate things. We have to, and look I don't think this marriage really, in my personal opinion, I don't think it's over because of Morgan. I think it's over more because of her friend and she took stock of her life. And if you go back and watch, there's so many signs that are there that they weren't on the same page, and hindsight's 2020. I think it was fizzled anyway, but I just think they're like, that's what this season is. Our story is your marriage fizzling, telling the girls we're picking cameras back up. And next season, which Kyle wasn't going to be fired anyway, next season, it's going to be about you and Morgan. Morgan's coming to Beverly Hills. She's coming to Beverly Hills.
This is a little of my issue with Kyle. We go back and forth, back and forth. At the season finale of RHOBH this season, she said, it's not about other people. She's like crying. She's like, it's not about other people. It's that we really were opposites. When we got together, I kept him alive. He actually got me to take any risk at all. And basically makes it sound like they just have grown apart, right? Because they're of different things. Then, we get sneak peeks of, not even sneak peeks, but then further towards the end of the season finale, she basically is like, I feel like Kyle is keeping a secret. Like there is somebody out there she just says there are things I cannot get past. The trust was lost. Okay, well that's a whole different story than, what we over time we have realized, and now that Porsha is getting to high school, we're not the same people. But then when the trust is broken, something's happened, right? Financial, sexual, something has happened that we cannot go back. We can't unsee what we've seen. So I know she's trying to protect her family, but are we gonna really get answers? What was it? And it sure sounds like there was some level of infidelity. It might not have been like physical, could have been text messages that were found. I mean,
Well, I have a real problem with that scene because, like, if we're not going to follow up on that during the reunion, then what was the point of that? Is like a produced, scripted scene to me. Like, come out and say it or don't. Like, it's just time to shit or get off the pot. No?
yes. And
Because I mean, in what world, like, what are you implying? That Lorene died and he wasn't there for you? That Kathy, you with your sister, he wasn't there? Like, what are you implying? Because certainly you know what you're doing. You know that this implies that he was cheating, and now everybody's talking about it, which is okay if you're going to answer it in the next 1 to 3 weeks. If you're never going to follow up on this, I mean, fuck you. No?
yeah, no, it's getting to the point with Kyle. I don't know. I like Kyle so much. I actually think she's just one of the most likable people on TV.
Not everyone listening to this podcast would agree with you, darling.
Well, I know. And the reason I now am like, I'm sort of lackluster on her is this whole, like, I'm not going to go out. I can't believe I've put Morgan through this. But then they're just out at one red carpet to another and at Craig's and with Kesha. And it's like, oh my God, nobody feels bad for you. Nobody, I mean, if Morgan was so distraught, she wouldn't be out in Hollywood with you.
What is she doing at what? Because she wasn't on Watch What Happens, right? She was like in the audience. What the fuck? Was she the bartender? I mean, does anyone know? Does anyone watch Watch What Happens? I mean, she's fucking there, and now she's on the carpet. And I mean, that's the other thing. A lot of people are like, Kyle knows what's going on. Like,
yeah,
you
so
know, I mean, your hand, if you really didn't want to feed into this narrative, she could stand on the carpet next to you and hold you, like hug you like we do for a picture. But that hand is like, that is deliberate so that we are talking about it today. So that's where it's like, fuck you. Enough. It's enough.
I agree. I'm there. I mean, Dolly Parton for the past, 45 years has just never gone on the red carpet with her husband. They just never, he didn't want it. She didn't want, and it's like they deliberately lived a private life. Like, you can do that in Hollywood. We always reference our girl, Sandra Bullock. So Michael Jordan, one of arguably the most famous athletes and businessmen of all time. I mean, you rarely see Michael Jordan. The guy lives a private life. It's so in our face now. And I'm with you.
Right?
Yeah. I call him the no-Zempic, been on Ozempic doctor. I'm talking about Dr. Applin and his wife who founded My Optimal Body. I'm so happy about this. These are the first mindful eating-based doctors I have ever partnered with. They see patients nationwide, and they are seeing more patients who have been on Ozempic, and Ozempic has failed for them. What makes My Optimal Body so unique, and why am I endorsing them? It's because Dr. Applin actually looks at food additives, your addiction to food, your mental health. They do a whole look at you, including your gut health. Many of Dr. Applin's patients are working out, restricting their diets, and still gaining weight. Why is that? Because something's going on in your body and with your mind. Visit myoptimalbody.com to request an appointment. Be sure to tell them the Sarah Fraser Show sent you so you can qualify for a free personalized assessment, plus a bonus free 30-day supply of their gut repair product when you sign up for a customized plan. Again, that's myoptimalbody.com to request an appointment. Don't you love discovering new games for your phone that are a bit of a mind teaser, a little bit of a mystery, and aren't filled with annoying ads? Boom, I got it for you. Seeker's Notes. Guys, Seeker's Notes is a game already played by 40 million fans. And the best part about this game, it isn't one of those games just for killing time. It's a perfect stress reliever, too. The game is great with community and social interactions. Every puzzle is a workout for your brain, baby. Also, the best part, like I mentioned, totally no annoying ads. It's no Wi-Fi needed. and it's free. Now, it has a variety of virtual collectibles as well. Beyond the captivating visuals and immersive atmosphere, Seeker's Note offers a treasure trove of virtual collectibles. These are not mere items, they are relics and add depth and meaning to your journey. What are you waiting for? Get playing today. Get a little stress reliever. Oh, nothing is better than a fun game on your phone. Download Seeker's Notes now. How about getting up to 5 hours of your life back when you sign up for Hungry Root meal prep and delivery service? I'm obsessed. I've tried a lot of meal prep boxes. This is one of my favorites. In fact, I actually emailed the client to see if I can get like a year's supply. They're like, Sarah, use your own damn code. Anyway, right now, I want you to go to hungryroot.com/TSFS because you are getting 40% off your first delivery and free veggies for life. The average Hungry Root customer saves 5 hours a week. That was us. On top of that, you can pick from vegetarian, keto, meat, anything that you like. Right now, Hungry Root is offering TSFS listeners 40% off your first delivery and free veggies for life. As I mentioned, just go to hungryroot.com/TSFS to get 40% off your first delivery and get those free veggies. That's hungryroot.com/TSFS. Also, don't forget to use my link so Hungry Root knows who sent you. Yeah.
We
have a ton of gossip to get to.
yeah.
Well, before that, what do you make? How did these text messages? I guess they're read at the reunion, at the RHOBH reunion, and then they were published. But how were Kyle's text messages to Dorit published, and Dorit considers it being gaslit?
Well, first of all, let's all pull this back. Okay. What I'm just really confused. Like, well, how did these texts, first of all, get released? That's just a whole, Kyle released them or Dorit? No? This was a text from Kyle to Dorit. So who released these texts? Can someone share that information with me?
That's a great question. These are really long, you guys. So this is from Kyle to Dorit, and it says, "Hi, I've been trying to reach out because I know we are in a weird place, and it really bothers me. And it's not even on the show. I wanted to explain where I'm at and why I've been distant, but my hands are tied. Of course, some interview comments hurt my feelings and created more issues for me. But I'm used to that and could get past it. Okay, moving on. I've spent 30 years with Mo, married 28. I have no idea how to live without him or how to navigate through life on my own because I have so much on my plate for tomorrow. And I know you do too. This is for the reunion.
It's the night before,
I love
apparently.
you, PK. The night before. But relationships and you are more important to me than RHOBH. And I don't feel like bringing it up. Kyle is referencing, like, let's not bring up any of the drama between you, Dorit, and myself, especially when we have enough battles to handle as it is. Anyway, I'd love to sit down with you and talk. Maybe tomorrow I'm around. I would give anything not to go and have to do this reunion. I don't know how much longer I can do this show. It's so toxic and creates so much anxiety for me. Anyway, let me know if you want to talk.
So, Dorit feels silenced by that. Yeah, I guess what? And what is that? Does Dorit know something about Morgan? Is she referring just to the two of them? But Dorit was not having it. As we see, she ran in and told Erica. And I'd like to know how these text messages are released. Really, Kyle? And also, you know what? I don't know. These women are so smart. You know not to put anything in writing, right? Like, not to put things in writing. So, I don't know.
Dear friend? Is this your dear friend and you're you're making a plea of like, please don't make it any worse for me? Or are you gaslighting Dorit? And instead of Dorit having her moment to say, hey, you've been a really crappy friend and I've been replaced by Morgan. And by the way, you guys are eating each other's snatches. Is Dorit being gaslit?
I don't know, but Kyle's really gonna, yes, I'm sure it's not good for her anxiety. She's gonna quit the show. I don't know. This is why people aren't happy with her.
No one's gonna quit. The platform's too good. Now, That's not to say that it's not toxic, because boy, do we have big developments with Miss Brandy Glanville and Bethany Frankel.
All right,
But
so it is what it is, right? Kyle and Dorit are over. She says she doesn't want to lose her as a friend. Like, she's already lost her sister, and now she got her sister back.
We're 2+ decades into reality TV. Anyone that goes on now with friends, family, and significant others, you have to be willing to sacrifice them for fame and reality TV. That's just the name of the game. Now, our friends in Salt Lake City, I think those 4 women have gotten together and they've said, doesn't count. Whatever you say on this show about us, we're going to put it all on the line. We all love this. This is what we've all wanted. We are fame whores. We love, love, love it. I don't give a shit what you say. I'll fight with you, but do it. Bring it all. Okay. And I do think they did get together and got rid of reality volunteers. And Lisa Barlow is like working overtime, spinning her wheels to try to tell us how great this next season is, and ain't nobody gonna care. So I don't know, Doreen and Kyle I don't know what deal they had off the cameras. I actually thought that was quite a sincere text. But I am not close friends with Kyle, and maybe everybody in Beverly Hills knows that Kyle and Morgan have been together a very long time, and they're tired of like, hey, it's not really fair that we all have to cover for you and lie about why we're not friends or whatever. Well, you're out all these red carpets getting ton of.
Why are you breaking up? Why are you breaking up with this?
I thought from Kyle.
Why are you breaking up with your Wi-Fi?
Oh, my Wi-Fi?
A little bit.
Oh, I know. Well, I'm in a hotel. Yeah, I know.
Oh, excuse me?
Well, I'm doing my IVF treatments, darling, here in San Ramon, California. I'm getting ready for my IVF retrieval. Honey, we are praying for 2 good eggs.
I don't even know where that is.
Well, it's basically San Francisco. And you know what? You're lucky you don't have a uterus and you don't have to be getting your eggs retrieved. Tell you what.
No wonder why it looked different from where you are.
I know, and the Wi-Fi sucks. So I'm as confused. Is anybody else so confused? What do you think? Do you think Dorit was gaslit?
I don't see how this is trying to really hush her up. It just says like, I mean, I get it. I get it. But like, this isn't really like, don't say that or don't say this. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. Morgan Wade is coming to Beverly Hills, everyone. She's coming. She's going to be on the damn show next season. Like, I think it's a real storyline. Don't you think? I really think so.
Okay, wait. One last question on this.
Yes.
I can't wait to talk Brandy with you. But
Brandy.
you have such a great PR mind. If you were Morgan, do you think this is good for Morgan's country music career to be on a reality TV show?
Yeah, I think, someone told me the other day, I have an interview coming up, and someone who's friends with Kim Fields. This is going to be on my show, so I'm not revealing. You'll see who it is. And this person was like, look, Kim is so smart. She went on. She basically fucking hated it. I'm paraphrasing, but she basically fucking hated it. She knew what she was doing. And guess what? Those Instagram followers for Kim Fields went over 1 million. And Kim Fields is on TV now. She's an actual show, like as an actress. So Kim Fields with Atlanta, and everyone thinks she was a horrible housewife and blah, blah, blah. She knew just what she was doing. And look where it got her. Yeah, I see no downside to appearing on any of these shows if you can keep your sanity and you don't get involved and you don't go dark and you don't get involved in all the espionage off camera behind the scenes. I think that, yes, I think that, yeah, I think you can, there's no negative. Yep.
All right. Let's move on to Brandy Glanville.
And then we have to talk about Porsha for a few minutes.
Porsha's divorce. This is shocking.
Okay, but do you want to talk about Brandy first?
Yes, I have a bazillion thoughts, and the return of Bethany Frankel. Many of you sent me Bethany Frankel's take on
the whole thing, right? I sent it to you, dear. I sent it to you.
Andy
So it's not just everyone
versus
else sending it to you.
Andy. So, okay, setting this. Yes.
Yes, yes, with your
Okay.
bad Wi-Fi, Sarah. Yes,
So
yes.
you make so Brandy is now. Oh God, is it
It's like when you move.
Okay, you're
I
back,
think
right?
can you just be frozen and not move at all? I think when you move, it gets
Yes.
bad. But
Okay,
I'm just telling you what the kids are saying. Um, so what did they send you with Brandy? I
okay.
mean, with Bethany.
Well, Bethany commented on Andy's this whole situation. Brandy Glanville is now suing Andy Cohen for sending her a video where he is
Or
saying,
not suing, yeah, but threatening to sue-ish.
okay, threatening to sue. So this is a move to probably get Brandy, like, because Brandy's being sued by Carolyn Manzo.
But she's not. That's the thing. It's like Carolyn Manzo is suing Sirens, Bravo, not Andy, and every other production company and people involved with the show. Yes, it involves Brandy, but Brandy is not being sued. So you can't really say this is retaliation by the definition of retaliation.
Okay,
I also just want to point out that when all this stuff went down between Brandy and Caroline, and Brandy's lawyer wrote a letter requesting, like, the footage and all of that, these were not the lawyers. She did not have Mark Garagos and Brian Friedman. I know that letter. When that letter was written that said, we demand you turn over the stuff, that was not these lawyers. So how did she go from having her own lawyer to having Bethany's reality reckoning lawyers, one of which was, I don't know. I bet
she
you.
called Bethany, right? She called Bethany, or Bethany called her.
I think so.
Yeah.
Remember you asked me about, about, like, what was it you who said what's going on with the reality reckoning? And I said, oh, forget that. It's like over. Like,
Yes.
I think that Bethany reached out to her. And I think just Bethany just sat around and
And you said,
planned all
wait,
this.
planned it. So Andy quickly apologized. What Brandy says that Andy sent her a video saying, I'm going to have sex with this housewife tonight. I'm going to be thinking about you. You should be watching us, or something like that. Now, Andy came out and made his statement and said, this is all, it was all in jest. She knows this was a joke. It was supposed to be funny. She knew it was funny. We were all joking around. That said, it was inappropriate, and I apologize. A very immediate statement. Great on his part. Get ahead of it. Don't let it fester. So good move on his part. Then Bethany, and this is what everybody, and I have a theory. I have zero basis for this, but I do have a theory. Bethany puts out a video and says, and, Brandy versus Andy, and that Andy Cohen is like Matt Lauer, the kingmaker. What he says goes. If he wants someone gone, they're gone, and he gets to play all sides, and he's on-air talent, and that he's executive producer, and he's making decisions about who's cut and how much money they make. And then he has these cliques where he jokes about this person and that person. And then Bethany Frankel says to us, well, what do you guys think? Oh, and by the way, isn't it strange that J-Law and these other famous women that love these toxic anti-feminist shows support them? All right, I'm going to just say this.
Talk to me.
I actually don't think that Bethany wants Andy Cohen to go down on this issue. I
Really?
No, I don't, because Bethany was one of those cliques. Like, she goes, well, Andy would talk to Bethany or talk to Jill about being Jewish. And then he had his ones that he would talk to about sex. To me, it's like, okay, well, what clique were you in? Because you two are so tight. My guess is you had a lot of conversations, like, as much as she knows where the bodies are buried, like, I bet he knows where her bodies are buried too. And the whole thing, like all Bethany does is lecture us. And then you're telling me at the end of this video, Bethany was like, well, what do you guys think? It's like, and then what was the point of dragging in these famous women that watch these TV shows? That's like insulting Bethany's entire audience. It's like, oh, you guys watch all this trash, this anti-feminism thing. Well, first of all, not everybody watching Bravo is a feminist or cares, or guess what? Not every woman has to be a feminist. Like, I thought there was trepidation in that video that Bethany put out.
What do you mean? What do you mean trepidation?
Because I think if, I just think if she wanted to go in so hard.
Like what? She wants to be the one to bring him down on her own thing, and she doesn't want Brandy.
Give examples. You're telling me all the years she knew him and they were supposedly the BFFs of all. So I guarantee he said inappropriate things to her.
Yes.
If she wanted to bury him and he was so bad, where are the examples of this stuff? The inappropriate sexual comments, probably gay, funny, homosexual, gay reference. I don't know this. This is speculation, but I'm just saying.
I believe you.
For someone that's against the network, where were the examples? You were his bestie. So is he an inappropriate sexual person or is he not?
Do you want me to answer that? Because we all know what the answer is. Now,
it's yes. I guess it's yes.
I mean, yeah, yes. Oh. I had so many conversations about this off. I cannot tell you how many housewives and Bravo celebrities were blowing up my phone. Will I mention who? Fuck no. Absolutely under no circumstances. But look, she had a lawyer. Caroline is not suing her. I believe somehow either Bethany or she got to these lawyers. She's done with Bravo. They never would have used her before this. So Caroline wants money. So you can say whatever. Did it happen? Did it not happen? I really don't have the time right now to get into that. Caroline wants money. Brandi, now people have gotten a hold of her. She wants money too. Like when it's over, like Caroline doesn't want to be back on the network. That's the mistake that Nene made. Pick a lane, sue and say, fuck you. You have to never want to be back. Carolyn Manzo never wants to be back on Bravo or anything. So what she's doing from just a money grab is really very smart. Whether she did it, didn't do it, I don't care. I have no time right now. We'll get to that tomorrow. Brandy, I think, is not dumb. She's like, I'm done. I am done at this network. We're never going to see Girls Trip. I'm done. Even if Brandy got on all fours, they're never going to take her back. And she's like, well, I want some money too. Like, they're not suing each other, Caroline and Brandy. Bravo is the one caught in the middle. Brandy has sued nobody at this point. Do I think this video exists? Yeah. I mean, Andy makes his statement, which that was run through everything. And her lawyers, Garagos, they're so smart. They compare him to Matt Lauer. Like, that's such a smart thing to do. It is a different situation. I mean, now they have also clapped back. So Andy releases this statement, which I'm sure was run up the totem pole, which is so it's like a non-statement. It's so casual that I'm sure they're like, this is the tone we're going to set. Like, you're not even bothered because it was Kate Chastain and Brandy. Obviously, you're not going to go sleep with two women.
Ooh, we have a part 2 of this conversation with David Yontef tomorrow here on the Sarah Fraser Show podcast. And we get into almost a little bit of the conspiracy theories that are happening on the internet as to why Brandi Glanville revealed these X-rated messages from Andy Cohen. And where do fans and the internet stand? Is this the downfall of Andy Cohen? Is he going the way of Matt Lauer? Plus, all the latest gossip that we're getting about Phaedra. Not Phaedra, Porsha, our girl Porsha Williams-Gubati, who is now getting divorced. Did she take a page out of Erica Jane's book? We'll explain what we mean tomorrow on TSFS. Bye, everybody.